Three, two, one, go. Hi guys, this is User1 and today we will be watching how I develop my little game project that I'm doing, LifeWorth. I've done a couple of videos on this now, so this isn't live commentary obviously because I don't scroll this fast and think this fast because I'm not really doing much in the video, but I actually had a productive day today. So one of the things I decided to do is I decided to create this thing I decided to call locations. So uh, I first thought about making working hours, but essentially I didn't do that first. So first of all, I created notes for myself, like what did I want to do with the game. So now I created this thing that it's new and it's fresh. Now your character can have a job, and as you can see, I'm creating more notes so that I actually understand what the stuff means. As I was trying to make the need rest useful, and the way I thought about it is you rest best when you're at home. And I do have an eligibility check with the government. So if you don't know the premise of the game, basically, uh, it's it's a it's a bad situation. The government has to alleviate the sources amongst its citizens because well they don't have enough for everyone. So they created this variable called LifeWorth to figure out who is the most contributing person to the government. So right now I'm creating all kinds of jobs. Instead of one single job like you had before, you can have multiple jobs. So as you can see, I'm typing bartender and all that stuff. So I decided to create three different locations, okay? Job center, club, and plaza. In these three different locations, you will be able to have three different jobs. So that makes a total of 9 jobs. So right now this is the first location, this is a club. You also have a job center, and then you're also gonna have a plaza, which I'm gonna develop later. So why did I decide to go with this? Well, because I also created a new variable for my character called joy, because some joy, I believe it's also a need. It's on a psychological pyramid scale, and I feel like I should address it because some of the things we do purely for joy. So we gotta address that in our character as well sometimes. We can't just live dreadful lives. So this was a pretty difficult. I had to come up with what kind of requirements do different jobs have. Right now I haven't addressed them because right now you can't actually get those jobs. But I'm making notes for the future. Like I will have something, so I won't have to make it up on the spot. So I actually made it up earlier, so I have some reference to go off. And I feel like this is the best way to balance it out. So as you can see, trying right now what I'm doing is I'm changing an if location do blah 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 to while location do blah blah blah. Now in retrospect that's not the best idea, but I went with it anyway. I just felt like, oh, why am I doing this way? I could do it another way, and it kind of messed things up. As you can see above, I have like the actual functions that change, that make sure that the game changes every step by 1 hour. So because I made it so that it loops the location, nothing would change and I wouldn't realize it until the very end. But I fixed it in the end, and it's gonna be working in the end. It's not working yet, even like at the time of speaking, you can only be unemployed and you can't travel to different locations. There's only one location, and it's the plaza. You start at the plaza. When you go through the intro, it puts you in the plaza, which is actually a mistake now that I think about it, because even if you load the game, it's gonna go through the intro, so it shouldn't do it. Yeah, I should probably go fix that. I'll fix it immediately after making this video. As you can see, I even went as far as to misspell intellect. So let's look at the jobs, right? So you got the bartender, dancer, bouncer, you got a clerk, manager, and guard, and you got all kinds of stuff, right? So now I'm creating this sort of more something you would see with text adventure titles. In different locations you have descriptions of what's going on, and I wanted to go fancy with this, so depending on the time you would see like different stuff. So right now I made it so that if it's dark you'll see one text. If it's sunrise or sunset you will see another text, and if it's bright then you'll see a third text. That's all it is right now. I can create more, I can base things like on population, which is kind of cool. Like imagine having your character influence the population somehow. Like say your character opposes having sex or promotes something like publicly promotes condiments like condoms and stuff, and promotes child control, and promotes and despises families, you know what I mean? And basically does whatever they can to reduce the population. And then after a while, you will see like long-term effects of that. There will be less people on the street. And I don't think I've ever seen games do something like this. So it's gonna be a long road. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna be a long road until you're gonna see something like that, what I just described. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Now you can see me typing IDs. I don't end up using these IDs. I just end up typing like the actual names of the jobs. So these are the jobs, bartender, dancer, bouncer, and the only ones that are relevant right now are janitor, solicitor, and officer. Now solicitor, I kind of wanted to include illegal aspect to my game. Now, you would think solicitor just means a prostitute, but I wanted to keep it vague. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep it up to interpretation. So solicitor could also could also mean like a drug dealer. So, and basically, a solicitor job requires you to have high charisma. Well, it doesn't require you to have high charisma, but you're not gonna succeed if you have low charisma. You actually need high charisma. And all of the work, all of the jobs in Plaza take away 5 energy, whether you're an officer or a solicitor or unemployed, or janitor. You can, if you basically, yeah, you can also be unemployed. So technically there are 10 jobs, unemployed it's not a job, it's lack of having a job, but yeah. By default you're unemployed, so option 1 will be job related. So as you can see, it's checking what job you have. This is what I'm typing right now. Like if you have a job of solicitor, then it's gonna give you this text. This is just a visual thing. It's just gonna play a different text depending on which job you have. Actually changing the variables of energy and money, that comes later. I will edit that later. And as you can see, I do a lot of pausing here because I'm trying to think how am I gonna implement this. I had to delete a lot of my old code. And yeah, as you can see, I also have travel to different location. That's also going to cost energy. You can't just travel to a location all day long without actually consuming any energy. In real life and in the game, it takes energy. So I had to modify some variables. As you can see, cash is measured in cents. So that's why you see like big variables as 100 and 10,000. Trust me, you're not gonna have $10,000 easily in this game, so it's gonna be a very cool game, but it's gonna be realistic cool. It's not gonna be like punishing cool. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for realistic cool. So this is the first time your rest need comes into play. This is the first time you actually need to have some form of energy. So again, the way rest works in my game is every hour you recover rest by a certain amount. Every hour you recover rest by a certain amount, and to do some actions you need to consume some rest. You know what I mean? You need to consume some of your energy. Yeah, basically that's it. I have not made it so that if you're hungry you don't have as much energy and something like that. That's gonna come later. That's gonna come into balancing later. As you can see right now, I'm working on making it look good for myself so that I don't lose track of what's going on. And as you can see, I made charisma influence how much money you make. Basically, your attribute charisma is something you set when you create a character. It doesn't change ever right now, but I can make it change. I don't feel like I want to, but like this is the attributes of charisma. Basically, what happens is how much points in charisma you have. That's how many dollars you make every hour. It's multiplied by 100 again because it's cents. Cash is measured in cents. That way we can easily convert it into actual visible figure. You will see that later. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to make a game that has a lot of options for you. Just a ridiculous amount of options. Oh man, I can't say that I'm doing it the most efficient way, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what's happening, and I know that after some time of development, it's gonna turn into something great. You know what I mean? It's gonna turn into something fun. It's gonna be something that maybe will make a statement. You know what I mean? This game might make a statement. I don't know what statement it's gonna be though. You know what I mean? It's I'm just saying a bunch of nonsense and people are texting me. Okay, this is not the best video. I know, you guys might have expected, oh, why don't you just go shoot up a nightclub and also appeal something? Guys, give me a break, okay? A lot of stuff is going on and it takes time to make videos. So I'm constantly playtesting my own game. That's not right. I should get other people to playtest my game. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. If you guys have any suggestions on how to get other people to playtest my game, I'm all ears. So as you can see, I'm having trouble with the fact that basically you see all that stuff above, like FM cache, do line, and all that stuff, and where your character's thirsts and age updates and do next hour, all that stuff above, all of that actually, yeah, all that stuff right here. Yeah, I just noticed that I need that to happen every hour. So I realized that because I'm doing while because I'm doing while for every location for whatever reason, I actually don't know why I'm doing that. I had to create a new sub thing. A sub is just a function that can get called at any time. So now, as you can see, it actually updates every hour, and I can and I get very dehydrated and stuff. It doesn't notify you when your energy is low. I should fix that as well. So yeah, we still got a lot of ways to go. A lot of things to improve, but as far as it goes, the game is having progress, and I want to thank you guys for showing interest in this game, because yeah, this is gonna be something. This is gonna be a project of mine that I'm really proud about already. As you can see, the problem I'm having now is that it's not showing like the changes, like it doesn't show how much rest points are lost, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I finally figured it out. There you go. Now it kind of works, to an extent. And also I created the debug menu, but it doesn't work at all. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay awesome.